Are they considered league-wide a cup contender?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering because they've never gotten to the first round. Are they serious? But do people look at the talent on this team and say this is a Stanley Cup contending
team? Yeah, and it
team?
starts with goaltending, and you've got to get good goaltending in the postseason. That's certainly the case. You've got to have Sergei Bobrovsky playing the way he does throughout the regular season in the postseason for that to happen. But if you look at The Athletic every day, like I do, The Athletic every day posts odds, not even odds, chances, computerized chances of teams and their chances of getting all the way to first the playoffs, then to the second round, then to the third round, the conference final, and then finally to the Stanley Cup, and then winning it. And the Blue Jackets are one of the top 6 teams in terms of their chances right now. Computerized, computer-generated, and all that kind of stuff. They're one of the top teams listed on that little athletic exercise.
And one of the key players involved in that is defenseman Ryan Murray, who joins us right now here on The Drive with Jackson McCoy. Dave Metzold sitting in for Stan. I'm Matt McCoy. And Ryan, thanks for joining us. I was just looking at it because I'm familiar, obviously, been watching you your entire career. Time flies, though. I was looking at it. I said to Dave, my God, he's in his 6th year. Does it feel like it's been 6 years of you in the NHL already?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It doesn't really feel like 6. It's you're right. Time does fly by, and all the older guys always told me my first year that it's all going to fly by, and it goes by quick, and you don't really believe them until you're in your 6th year, and it does fly by.
Talk a little bit about the way this team is playing. Monday was one of the crazier games that I've witnessed. You guys got off to that 5-1 lead, but end up winning 7-5. But it seems like after the first couple of weeks of the season where there were fits and starts, it seems like you guys, my perception, are playing better and better. Now, Saturday didn't go the way you wanted against Pittsburgh, but what is the feeling within the locker room about the way this team is playing right now?
Yeah, I think we're feeling pretty good. I think that, we're playing pretty responsible hockey. I think that, we want to play as offensive as possible, but I think defensively we've really closed some gaps. And, we didn't play very well in Pittsburgh, and then we came back in Detroit, and thought we exploded pretty good offensively. And, they get a quick one. We take a penalty. They get a quick one on the power play, and then they open up the next period with a goal, and then we just kind of hung with it. There was no panic on the bench. There was no panic with the coaches. It was everybody was still pretty relaxed and down to business. So I mean, that was a really good sign of maturity for our club.
Hey Ryan, it's Dave. One of the things that Torts talked about today, and really has been on for the last couple of weeks, is it's a league now of managing mistakes, not just with the Blue Jackets, but with a lot of teams throughout the league. I wonder what your perspective is on the way the Blue Jackets handle a mistake, or handle things like the other night in Detroit, where things started going the other way and you found a way to stem the tide and get the win.
Yeah, I mean, mistakes are inevitable. It's a part of the game. You have to, you have to take it with a grain of salt, I think. And, a big thing is why you're making the mistakes. Lacks of, if you just have a lack of judgment, or you just, you kind of think something and it doesn't quite go right, you can always, fix those and live with it. And, if you're making mistakes on, work ethic or systems mistakes, things like that, it's kind of something that it's a little harder to fix. So I think that if you're just making your reads and you're playing and you're trusting your instincts, you're gonna make mistakes. But I think those are a lot easier to fix than the other ones where it's if it's an effort thing, or if it's a thing like that.
Have you seen Torts change in the way he responds to those? Because he says he's softened a little bit in that area, but you're a player, you would know better than anyone.
I think he has a little bit. I think we've noticed that. I think he's more understanding, I think the word would be, but he's he's always a fiery and intense guy, and on the bench, and he's always going to let you know exactly what he's thinking, and I think it's a good thing. As players, you just got to kind of know how to handle that, and when things do go wrong, or if you do make a mistake and he's kind of yelling in your ear, you got to take that with a grain of salt too, and understand that he's just trying to help you.
Yeah, Ryan, in a way, do players appreciate that? I mean, no one likes getting yelled at, but it strikes me with Torts. I mean, there's no gray area. You know where you stand with him. There's no, secrets. And what does he like to play for? And when he gets on you, you just have to understand that. What is that? How does that dynamic work with him?
Yeah, I mean his honesty is second to none. I don't think I've ever played for a more honest coach. And when he comes in the room, he tells you exactly what he's thinking and exactly what he is on his mind and what's on his mind about the team or situations or you personally, whatever it is. And I think he's at the point in his coaching career where that's all he really cares about is being honest with everybody and trying to get the most out of us. And I mean, he's a great guy to play for because he really lets you play and he really lets you, go out there and like you were saying before, the mistakes. I think all our coaches understand that they happen and they just want you to be aggressive, and that's a pretty, incredible thing for coaches, really, because there's a lot of coaches out there that'll stay, hang back as defensemen or, don't, try too much. And he's more of like, let's get the most out of everybody that we possibly can and push yourself to a level that, maybe you didn't know was there. So I think as a coach, I mean, that's all you can ask for.
Visiting with Ryan Murray, Blue Jackets defenseman. Jackets in action tomorrow night, taking on the Minnesota Wild. Ryan, I mean, it's November 28th. There's a long season to go. How much do you got? You're in maybe the toughest division in the National Hockey League. How much do you pay attention to the standings at this point, or is it way too early for any of that stuff? How do you grind through a season, an 82-game season, when you're in week number, 7 or 8 here in November?
Yeah, I think everyone peeks at the standings. I take a look every now and then just to kind of see where we're matching up. But yeah, it's still very early, and there's still tons of games to play. And I think that we just have to, you obviously got to stay with it. There's lots of games, and like you said, we're in a tough division. Even the conference, I mean, there's not a huge difference from us to the bottom of the conference. So you always have to be mindful of that, of how tight it is. So there's no games off.
You are right now tied for the team lead with a plus 12 plus or minus. How much do you pay attention to that? How big of a stat, how big of a source of pride is it to have a good plus minus?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't really like that stat, to be honest. It's kind of
well, you should. You're tied for the team lead.
Well, it's good. Yeah, it's good when it's in your favor, but at the same time, it's like it can be misleading. But at times, I think if you have a good plus minus, they always say it's a good stat if you have a good plus minus. So I guess you're going to take it, but at the same time, it's like there's 4 other guys on the ice and the goaltender with you. So there's a lot of I don't know what the word is, but there's a lot of
probably luck involved.
Yeah, there's just a lot of different reasons I think involved for why that may be good or bad.
Ryan, you're back with Marcus Nudavara. You were on Monday night against Detroit after playing with Seth for a long time. How much does it make a difference really to your game who you are paired with?
I don't think he changed too much. I think I played with Jonesy quite a bit. I played with Nudie quite a bit, and I think that me and Nudie read each other really well. We've I think that he's such a good skater and he sees the ice so well, and his defensive game has gotten really, really good as well. So he's just a all around good player, and to play with either one of those guys is a pleasure.
You guys are a young team, yet you have been together for a while. I mean, there's some chemistry there. What is within the locker room? Can you describe what this group is like? It looks like you are a team that enjoys playing with each other. What is it like within the locker room, and how much does that, if you have that chemistry that I witness, how much does that benefit you guys, and how does it play out on the ice?
Yeah, I think we got a pretty fun group. I think the guys, enjoy each other's company and, like coming to the rink every day and hanging out with each other. And yeah, I mean, we have a great group of guys. And I just think that, yeah, we like playing hockey. I think we have a lot of fun playing together. And, this year, especially with all the goals that we've scored, I think that it's been, it's just been fun to kind of feel like we're rolling a little bit. And obviously we want to keep that going.
Ryan, I want to ask you about Bread's pass the other night to Dubois, because I think a lot of people watch that. I mean, everybody has seen how creative he can be, and everybody has seen, any number of NHL teams who take advantage of those boards behind the goal. But to have the vision to see that and then to be able to pull it off, just talk about that play, how difficult it is, and maybe what the reaction was from you guys as you watched it unfold.
Yeah, I mean, Bred's a ridiculous hockey player. He's he does things out there that you just wouldn't imagine doing, and we sit on the bench and laugh sometimes at some of the things he does because it's outrageous, but it's so good. It's so it's so Russian. It's so not North American style, and he's got this creativity to himself that is just incredible. So some of the things that he does out there, it's like you couldn't even think of doing. He's an amazing hockey player, but yeah, that pass was, it was like kind of like a 2-on-2, and he just to be able to see that, and for Doobie to read that, the chemistry with those two, I think, is really clicking, and I think it always has since they started playing together. But just his vision to see that and to create something out of that it's pretty special.
Well, and we talk about the chemistry. So what's the reaction then when he gets back with you guys and you're all like, are you shaking your heads? What are you doing after a pass like that on the bench when he comes back?
We're just everyone knows, it's Brad. He's we joke about a lot of our breakouts. He just comes back, we just give him the puck, and he skates through everybody to the other end. It's crazy the way that he plays hockey. So on those ones, we're just laughing.
Yeah, great to have him on your side. Hey, Ryan, congratulations on the great start to the year. Good luck tomorrow and the rest of the way, and we appreciate you taking a few minutes and joining us.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.